Morning, all. All right, so first off, Weezer was absolutely mind blowing last night. I'm not a huge Weezer fan. I don't have any of their CDs. My wife has all of them. But that show, that is, if Weezer comes to your town, I'm telling you, that might be one of the best shows I've ever seen. Right up there with Slipknot and Rammstein. Anyways, I woke up to some good news this morning. Didn't get a ton of sleep, but that's okie dokie because Jeremy Swayman's still a Bruin, so I can still wear my Swayman jersey. I can still wear it. He's still a Bruin. Signs an 8-year deal with Boston, $8.25 million cap hit. What's funny about this is that he ends up signing for more money than the quote that Cam Neely had at the press conference. 64 million reasons. Well, he gets more than that. He gets a no trade clause, according to Elliot Friedman, and $23 million in bonus money included in the contract. So Swayman did very well. If the goal was to reset the goalie market, this does it. Um, and so we'll see how this goes. Now for Swayman, he's already in Boston. They're already posting clips of him and some creative ones as well. Um, but yeah, so Swayman's still a Bruin. I am very happy about this. Swayman's an excellent goaltender, and with this contract, he'll get a chance to show he's a true number one and one of the top 10 goaltenders in the NHL. Into other news, Dustin Tokarski was released from his PTO by the Ottawa Senators, so we'll probably see him in the AHL or ECHL, probably AHL. Shane Pinto in the game last night against Montreal had 3 goals and an assist, so there's a hat trick. It was a 4-2 win over Montreal. So the preseason wrapped up yesterday. We'll see if the guys who were red hot through preseason do anything come regular season. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And then vice versa. The guys who were ice cold during the preseason, who you'll see fans complaining about online, they do well when the games become regular season games. So we'll see how it goes. A good story out of Carolina as well. Skylar Brindamore has signed a 1-year, 2-way deal. I think we saw this coming. I think we knew this was going to happen. So all the best to Skylar Brindamore, and it's got to be great for Rod to know that his kid's in the organization as well. Sam Gagner, who I believe is still on a PTO, 1 goal, 2 assists in the 5-3 win against Nashville. So Gagner is doing what he needs to do in order to try to earn an NHL contract from Carolina, and that's all you can do at this point. The ball is in their court. Last night's games as well. Charlie Lindgren had a 17 save shutout against the Boston Bruins. So maybe if Swayman could come in and score some goals, that'd be good too. But all kidding aside, Lindgren, pretty good goaltender. Obviously, Boston did not get a ton of shots last night, but it is preseason. So we'll see how things go come regular season. Timothy Liljegren has been the topic of conversation in Toronto Maple Leaf circles throughout the preseason. The question marks around Liljegren, I don't think they get cleared up by him being a healthy scratch, as he was last night. So we'll see. Toronto won that game 3-2 against Detroit. So what's Liljegren's future in Toronto has become the question and is valid. At this point in time, Liljegren should be a regular. With what they're paying him this year, he should be a regular, and it doesn't look like he's going to be. So this speaks to both the depth on the blue line and maybe some frustration as well with the development of Liljegren. Remember, they did trade Rasmus Sandin to Washington. Does Liljegren end up being traded? We'll see what happens with him and the Toronto Maple Leafs shortly. Dylan Guenther for for Utah last night. A goal and an assist. Ingram had 30 saves on 31 shots and a 2-1 win over the Avs. So Utah had a decent preseason, and again, we'll see if that translates to a good regular season. But I like Guenther a lot. I think he's a really good player, and looking forward to seeing what Utah is able to do this season. Kind of excited about it, to be honest, because I was excited about the Coyotes' future, so that just transfers to Utah with all the players. Connor Bedard had 3 assists last night for the Chicago Blackhawks. Frank Nazar had a goal and an assist in a 6-2 win against the St. Louis Blues. So Chicago, a couple of young guys doing pretty well. Sorry, and then I had to pause to sneeze, and then our little orange cat, anytime anybody sneezes, she leaves the room. It's kind of funny. She doesn't put up with that crap. All right, so yeah, 6-2 win for Chicago against St. Louis. Again, Bedard could have a really strong season. He has better line mates. There's a lot less attention being paid to him this year than last year. And so, yeah, we could see some good numbers from Bedard. San Jose had themselves quite a game. They scored 3 in the final 3 minutes against Vegas to win that game 6-5, and Gushchin had 5 assists in that game. So pretty good game for San Jose, a team that struggled with scoring last year. If they could score 6 against Vegas in the game this year, that will definitely be noteworthy. But again, it's preseason, so you got to take it with a grain of salt. All those numbers get thrown out as of this morning, and the regular season looms. Dorofeev in that game against San Jose had 3 goals and an assist, so there's another hat trick from last night. And Aiden Hill, 23 saves on 29 shots. I think Vegas is going to look for probably a little bit better numbers from Hill come regular season, but again, preseason numbers don't make a difference to the regular season. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of news of the day to start things off this morning. I got woke up by a horrible nightmare this morning, but then I got the news with Swayman. I was like, all right, so I guess that's the way of my brain waking me. My brain could have just told me, hey, Swayman signed. That would have been nicer than a horrible nightmare. But either way, I'm awake, I'm up, and here you are. News of the day. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event that you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.